Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Thank you very much for joining us today on Sangat Television. Today in the studio, we're very lucky to have Pritpal Singh with us. Welcome, Pritpal.
Thank you.
It's quite odd, isn't it? Because normally you're in this seat and you have somebody else there that you're interviewing, but for once it's the other way around.
Well, last time we were together when we did the Fauja Singh one, you remember that?
Yes, that was a few months back now, wasn't it?
It is,
yes,
it was.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk to you about your recent activities. Haven't seen you around for a while, and I understand that you've been away very, very busy. And I've seen your trailers recently as well on Sangat Television about something called Mission Afghanistan.
Yes, it is Mission Afghanistan.
And I'm intrigued to know more about this, as I'm sure the viewers at home are too. So can you just tell us what exactly is Mission Afghanistan?
Mission Afghanistan is my own story. I left Afghanistan at a very young age, just because of civil war, and moved to the West, first to the Netherlands and then to the UK. And I always had something that I always want to go back to Afghanistan, because that's where I'm from. My parents, my forefathers, they're all from there. And we had to move because of civil war. But what happened in the meantime, we all came here, settled here, and always want to go back and see how the minority communities back home are doing now. We were fortunate enough, so wanted to go and find out with them how they are, but also want to speak to the general population, of the country, and see how they're coping with the war. So it also gave me a lovely opportunity to visit the places of significant importance to people of the Sikh faith, the religious shrines of Afghanistan, and that was really, really, I think, a plus point to go and visit that, and that'll be shown in the upcoming documentary.
Yeah, really looking forward to that. So, obviously, this documentary is very it's close to your heart, and obviously, and it's very important to the local community as well. But looking at the trailer, and I've seen a few more clips, and I've like I said, I've seen a lot of the photographs on Facebook as well. And you know, what with the war going on at the moment there, and all the unrest, it must have been quite dangerous to travel around Afghanistan in that situation.
I must admit, it was dangerous. Not only just going there, but before that, when I said to my wife, "I'm going," and of course she wasn't happy, but also my mum, she started crying a day before. Don't let him go to Afghanistan. But I wanted to go there, and from last few years, I wanted to get a documentary made on a really large scale, but I couldn't get the funds in place. And so at the end, I decided I'm going to go on my own and see what happens. And yeah, there was occasions, especially when I've traveled from Kabul to Ghazni. The road from Kabul to Kandahar, I believe, is the deadliest road in the world. And from Kabul to Ghazni, I saw many convoys, American convoys, being blown up by Taliban with the IEDs, and we didn't stop. I mean, I really wanted to stop and film that, but because of security situation, it'd be foolish, I think, if I would have done it. Yeah. But I think as the vehicle was moving, I did manage to get some few shots of that. Also, when I traveled from Kabul to Nangarhar, close to the Pakistan border, I saw an American vehicle be blown up, and I did manage to get an interview of an Afghan National Army soldier, and he did show us what happened because they were there. So that there is potential of not only getting killed by the crossfire between Taliban and the American or the NATO forces, but also you got a big risk of getting kidnapped, because if you're from outside, people tend to, or they're criminal gangs, they want to abduct you and also money. So that was really potential danger of getting kidnapped or killed in Afghanistan. I
mean, you travelled to quite a few, travelled throughout Afghanistan, but you travelled to quite a few remote areas as well, didn't you?
Yes, absolutely.
And in the trailer, and also a clip that we're going to show the viewers at home soon as well, we see you obviously doing the presentation and introducing what's sort of going on and the different people that you meet there. But did you have a big production team with you? Is it just yourself, or?
Yeah, I didn't have any big budget to make this documentary, and nobody travelled with me from the UK to Afghanistan. However, I did hire a cameraman and a camera in Afghanistan who travelled with me to different parts of the country. Luckily, when you see foreign journalists, they try to focus the footage and documentary everything is Kabul, because Kabul is relatively safe, being the capital of the country and base of foreign embassies and the ISAF forces. But I travelled to other parts of Afghanistan, which has never been done, at least in terms of people from our own community. They haven't done it. And there was one place when we went to Ghazni. It was extremely dangerous. The cameraman refused to go. I said, no problem, don't go. And the Ghazni bit I did myself. I was the cameraman, the Ghazni bit, because it was too dangerous for him to take to the Ghazni.
Is that just because he was a local, it was too dangerous, or just because it's a general threat for anybody?
It's just a general threat. The south of Afghanistan is a war ongoing. There's a conflict. The Lashkar Gah, Kandahar, Ghazni, Helmand province, where you have strong base of American and the British forces. They are fighting with the Taliban on a daily basis. So it's extremely, extremely dangerous.
Yeah, yeah. And obviously, you said that it's not a huge budget documentary. But what were the advantages and disadvantages, if you like, of filming on your own?
The advantage was very much that you don't get, if you are with the Western crew with you, people notice straight away you got foreigners, and getting kidnapped is easier, and also you have to get permission from the government, and they provide you with the security. You go with a convoy, and sometimes people don't open up if you ask them a question. Whereas when I went on my own, especially when I went to the south, where I dressed up in Afghan national outfit, I speak Farsi. I could easily blend in because I was considered as local. So that was the big advantage of filming on my own. So I could go to the places and meet up people. I speak the language. I had no problem with that. So that was really advantage. The disadvantage is being, in terms of technicality, sound equipment, it wasn't up to the Western standard. But I think I still did a good job.
So I think even though you've sort of filmed this on your own and not with an incredibly huge budget, I think you've done a fantastic job from what I've seen so far.
Thank you, Kiran.
And we've got a clip to show the viewers at home now. So here we go. Here's Mission Afghanistan.
No, işte de bambu. Men kullandı meni.
We're stuck in traffic in Nangarhar province, and been just informed by this gentleman over here that an American vehicle has been set on fire, and before that there was a bomb explosion as well. So we are a bit nervous here.
این ساعت 9 بجه شب میشه. قطار امریکایی تیر میشه. یک موترشان هم زده و یک ترافیک زده. در گرفته دیگه موترش قطارشان رفت یا شب تو ولی ما در راهبندی است بسیار مردم در مشکلات.
ایتونابی یک جای است که تو دیگه مثلا اونجا چی است؟
اونجا موتر در گرفته. اونجا ماینز شده که دیگه انفجار کنه. دیگه اینجا کنه.
دیگه کسی مرده یا؟
نفر مرده. امریکایی مرده باشه. یک دو نفر افغانی هست.
मेरा खर्चा दवा बस बैठे हो ना कितने से बीमार अटैक की मर्ज हो गई है बड़ी तकलीफ मेरे से गुजरी पाकिस्तान तक दौड़ा में हमारी एक 50,000 मरने के रखे हम सारा में लग गया दवाई देते लग गया वहाँ से कोई जज्बर क्या उसके बाद दवाई मेरी शुरू की थी ये साल 1.5 साल की दवाई पीसती खाने तो गुरुद्वारा राशन थोड़ा बहुत देना था एक दुआ कोई आ जाता बाहरों पुन दान देना खा लेंगे और कुछ नहीं
ਇਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਸ ਕਮਰੇ ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ
ਇਹ ਕਮਰਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬੜਾ ਕੱਚਾ ਵੇ ਟਿੰਦਾ ਵੇ
ਪਰ ਗਰੀਬ ਆਦਮੀ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੇਰਾ
ਸੋ ਸਾਥ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਇਹ ਘਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਛੱਤ ਵੇਖੋ ਕੱਚੀ ਇਹ ਅਫਗਾਨਿਸਤਾਨ ਠੰਡਾ ਕਾਬੁਲ ਠੰਡਾ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਹੈ ਅੱਜ ਤੋਂ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ 2 ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਬਰਫ਼ ਪੈਣਾ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਤੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਤੀ ਤੇ 4 ਬੱਚੇ 6 ਬੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਛੋਟੇ ਜਿਹੇ ਕਮਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਹੀ ਵੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਦੀ ਹਾਲਾਤ ਕੀ ਹੈਗੀ
सिखावे अपने गुरुद्वारे की हिफाजत करे
हाँ जी
देखे क्योंकि ये गुरुद्वारा भी कब्जा किया होया सी वो भी इसी थी पर ये बड़ी मुश्किल से खाली करवाया है
अच्छा तो गुरुद्वारा कब्जा किया होया सरकार लोगों ने और कौन सी खाली करवाया
बोले
खाली करवाया
हाँ उतार के फिर मंजिल दूसरी बनाई रविंद्र वकील थे जो 4-5 बंदे सारे
मिलके
बाकी काम आगे खड़ा सी में ते गार्डर लगाए तले बेसमेंट भी गार्डर देते हैं अच्छा तले भवे ना
स्ट्रॉन्ग पक्की चीज
ये गार्डर देते हैं बड़े इधर से दूसरा गेट
दिखाओ जी
ये संग जिधर नीचे जो खाने जो जल्दी अपनी
अच्छा अच्छा
नीचे
مردم اینجا آلنود بود سکه بود اونا یادتون هستش شما
مرسنگ بود اینجا چی لالا بود چی بود لالا باکسینگ بود بیادرش بود نمیشه دکان دوا فروشی میکردن
بله
فهمیدی میشناخت مردوش
اون ولی کجا رفتن
حالا فعلا دیگه معلوم نیست که این رفتن مقصد کابل رفتن فعلا اینجا نیستن فهمیدی بچه
وقت دوران جنگ
وقت دوران جنگ بودن کلش زمین بودن
بله
فهمیدی در مجاهد بسیار کمک کردن بسیار چیزا روی کردن فهمیدی بسیار همکاری کردن وقتی که شد که گرد بگتی خیستن کشیدن خورد
As you can see, small poor kids are filling up water in the cans to take home, to wash the clothes, to wash the dishes, because the water supply of this small city is not reliable. There are pipes, but often water is not there. Let me show you my Afghanistan.
That looked great, and I can't wait to watch the whole documentary. I think it's going to be very, very informative, and it's great to see the backgrounds of the local community that we meet face to face almost every day now. So it's very good. And like I mentioned earlier, you didn't just film this documentary. You filmed another. And also you've got many photographs as well that you've been sharing recently as well.
Yes, yes. My motto was to have two different documentaries with the footage I've got from Afghanistan. One was about Mission Afghanistan, my own journey and people and their problems. I want to share with the people, with everyone. And the other one is the historical gurdwaras, mandirs, and also the mosques of Afghanistan, which is something unique, something important. And especially the place where Guru Nanak Dev Ji went in Surkharod, which is close to the Pakistan border. Everyone knows about Panja Sahib, Guru Nanak Dev Ji went, but no one knows about this place. If you Google it, there's hardly anything mentioned on Wikipedia. Yeah, just one line, I thought. There are no photographs, no video. This is the place Guru Nanak Dev Ji went. And I want to showcase this place, which is part of Afghanistan. We, our Afghan community, know about it, but the rest of the world don't know. So I think that'll be a fantastic thing. I'm in talks with Sangat Television, and probably on the day Guru Nanak Dev Ji's coming birthday, the Gurpurab, we're probably going to show an exclusive that footage on TV, that the whole world can do the darshan of this place, the Chashma Sahib in Surkharod. That's one thing. Also, I went to Ghazni, where Pai Nand Lal Ji was born. Pai Nand Lal Ji was the greatest poet of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's court. He was a Farsi poet, but many people don't know about his background. So I had the privilege to go to Ghazni, film all the gurdwaras of Ghazni as well. So that'll be coming, as well as the gurdwara of historical gurdwara and the other mandirs, dargahs of Kabul, which are very dear to the people's heart who are living outside and they don't have access to those places. And with the pictures as well, I've got loads of feedback, positive, very positive feedback. Watching all the photographs of all these places. People are very, very thrilled to watch them because they left and they're showing to the kids, oh, this is where you used to be, this is the Gurdwara we used to go, or this is the place I grew up, your granddad grew up, and through Facebook across the whole world. And that's really, really overwhelmed with that kind of response. And I think that was really, really brilliant because I not only took as you said, the video, filmed the places and made the documentary. I took about 1,500 photographs within 8 days as well.
That's fantastic. And I just wanted to ask you, you've obviously from speaking to your one of your personal goals and aims behind doing this documentary was that you wanted to show people the historical aspects of Afghanistan and where the sort of the heritage comes from for the Sikhs in Afghanistan, and that have settled outside of there now. But in your footage, in the footage that we've just seen now as well, you show a clip of a young family, for example, who are living within one room within the Gurdwara complex, and there are other Sikhs that you come across as well who are living, I'd say, below the poverty line.
Absolutely.
So what is it that you want to achieve for them? Because I know we spoke about this before as well. It's like, what is it that you want to share about them?
Well, I'm a social activist, and that's the reason I came to the media, because media gives me a platform to express my opinions, and I always come back. We are not only Sant but also Sipahi, the concept of Miri and Piri, and it is what happened. We are very fortunate to have been living in the West, to have come from a third world country, Afghanistan, because of war. We were fortunate. I mean, it was really bad that there was a war, but now we are here, having a good life. Majority of us have moved out of the country, but there's a small, tiny minority who are left behind. They can't afford to either move out or have a good living back home.
A better life.
A better life back home. And with this documentary, I want people, our own community and the rest of the world to think how we can help them over there. Because if I want to compare the situation of Afghanistan, of the minorities at present, with the situation of the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947, if all the Hindus and all the Sikhs from Pakistan would have been moved to India, there would be nobody left to look after the shrines of Pakistan, for example, the Punjab Sahib, the Nankana Sahib, which are very, very dear to our heart, your heart. And we have those places also in Afghanistan. It just people don't know about it. That's a sad part, because we haven't been able to tell our own story to the wider world. Of course, because of the war and there's no access to go there, it's difficult. I perfectly understand that. But now I'm trying to bring that on the world stage, on the world map. This is the very important part of the Sikh history. This is a very important part of the Hindu history. And for example, if I try to compare the situation of Hindus with Sikhs in Afghanistan as well, I went to Ghazni, and I went to this Hindu temple, and there was not a single Hindu living in Ghazni at present. The last guy, he moved out a couple of months ago. He left the country. He gave the keys to the Sikh. So Sikh people now look after the Hindu temple. And what I'm trying to say, if we don't help these people, when they move out from Afghanistan, no one will be able to look after those shrines. Our history and our historical shrines will vanish from Afghanistan, which I don't want.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, the next big question really is when will this documentary be released, and when can our viewers watch it?
Well, that's $1 million question, because my young editor, he's a very hard-working guy, and he's working on it. The post-production is going on, so I'm very hopeful. Within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to tell our viewers. We'll show it on Sangat TV, the date when it's going to come, and also I'm going to inform our international viewers through my Facebook page. I've got here 2 Facebook pages. One is my own personal one, Pritpal Singh 1699, and the other one which I've set up is called TheDutchSikh, and I've also got a YouTube channel called TheDutchSikh, where I keep my audience informed about my upcoming projects. So, and also we're gonna get it informed in our local Gurdwara, so people, the Sangat knows about when it's coming. So I'm very, very optimistic it's gonna be coming soon. But don't forget, it's a lot of hard work, just because the documentary, you have 3 main languages. I've had people's interviews in Farsi, 4 I say, because it's also Pashto as well. So you got Farsi, you got Pashto, then you got Punjabi speaking, and then I'm saying in English. So we have 4 languages, and 3 languages need to be translated, and you have to have subtitles. That's a really hard job. and they are some of the vocabulary even I'm not familiar with, so I have to ask people for help and advice, and they can help me with. So it's a bit of hard work, but eventually I'm hopeful it's going to be fruitful.
Absolutely, and I just obviously want to just point out to the viewers at home as well that this documentary isn't just for the Afghan Sikh community, but it's also to educate the wider Sikh community who are living outside of Afghanistan, outside of India, Pakistan, as to what's gone on in Afghanistan, what is left behind, who is left behind, and also the situation that the community that we see around us today has come from, has fled from, and why. So it's definitely very educational and much needed.
I think it's also not only educational for the wider world, but it's also for our own people, our own community. Because I would like to tell my child that, hey, this is where I'm from. This is your granddad grew up. This was his house, and this is the language you spoke. You know, and when we talk about Guru Nanak, we always think about Mardana, and we had the Mardana used to play as a rabab. A rabab comes from Afghanistan, and we talk about by Nandlalji, and he was a Farsi poet, and we speak Farsi, but also want our own people of our own community who are very good, have studied in Farsi, to come and contribute. Set up a Nandlalji study circle or Guru Gobind Singh Ji study circle, so we can contribute. I don't see many scholars in India who can explain the Bani of Nandlalji, which is written in Farsi, or the Bani of Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bani of Guru Gobind Singh Ji, which is also written in Farsi. So our community can play a very significant role. Our scholars can play a very significant role in educating the masses about our background.
No, there's definitely lots that can be done from this Mission Afghanistan.
That's a big mission.
It's a very big mission, yes. But I'm sure we'll accomplish it if we all choose to together. What's your next project? Have you got anything in the pipeline, or?
Yeah, I'm too much focused on these two projects, and the second one is, as I said, the historical Gurdwara is extremely important. So the Chashma Sahib, the Gurdwara of Jalalabad, the Gurdwara of Ghazni Sahib, are extremely important. Viewers will be able to see it first time on television, but I also want historians to start writing about it. I want historians to start writing about it, publish articles, publish books about these things, because these are not part of the mainstream Sikh history, and I want to bring that, but that I can't do on my own. I can bring you a documentary, I can show you the places, but then it's up to the all Sangat to contribute. I want this to be, and our own scholars to help to get people, educate people, and youngsters as well. You can help us by blogging, writing articles, publishing stuff. Contact me. I'm more than happy to show you the footage, because these documentaries you can only show a limited part of the footage because of the way the story goes. But I've got access to so much footage now, and what I'm going to do is coming months after the documentary is finished, both documentaries are finished, I'm going to work myself on the small sections, and which I want to start posting it on my YouTube channel, so the whole world can see the unseen footage of Afghanistan.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, and like I said, I'm looking really forward to seeing this documentary.
Thank you for having me, Kiran.
And we hope to see you again soon.
We will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
This is Pritpal Singh. Let me show you my Afghanistan. This vehicle has been shot by Taliban in a mine attack, and we got one more there. It's burning. It happened last night.
मेरे दो तीन मेरा मुर्स भी नहीं ते मेरा पुत्र भी नहीं है, कौन भी मेरा नहीं, बिना वाहिगुरू के घर कोई भी नहीं।
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਉਂ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਪਿਓ?